Good evening, everyone, and welcome into our band show. I am your host, Christian Ivanko. We are live for our 16th episode, and we are thrilled to be joined by Kingston, New York's very own Grampfather. We have an incredible show for you this evening. We actually have an Our Band show first. The band is going to be performing their latest record, Laugh Lines, in its entirety live tonight. So as requested by the band, and I kid you not, drop a poop emoji to show them some support and sit back and enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, we are so thrilled to welcome for the first time tonight, Grampfather. Take it away, gentlemen.
Choose, or someone else will do so for you.
just fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in again to our band show. I'm your host, Christian Evanko, and I'm thrilled to be joined tonight by Kingston, New York's very own Grampfather. Fellas, welcome to the show, and goddamn, thanks for killing it right out of the gates. What an incredible opening tune there.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us. This is awesome.
Of course. Now, before we get too in the weeds of everything, we kind of quickly discussed, if you can even call it a discussion, tonight's emoji. And I just want to make sure that everyone's okay to roll into battle with that emoji of choice this evening. So
it's fitting.
I prefer the squid emoji.
Ooh.
That's my personal favorite.
Who's team squid? Who's team poop?
Poopy squid?
Squid or poop? Yeah, you guys decide, I guess, whatever.
Okay.
Well, whatever gets sent in the most, I guess, wins.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you know what? We're going to have the first out live on air emoji shootout. So drop whatever one resonates with you the most. Either way, we do know one thing, gentlemen. Them putting an emoji in the chat means they're showing their support for how awesome you guys are. And that's all we want to hear. So guys, we have a lot to talk about tonight. Thank you everyone at home for watching, and we're just getting started. So you're in the right place at the right time as we're joined here by Grampfather. And if you're not familiar with them, like myself and many of the members here of the crew, we love the music the second you guys reached out to come and jam with us, but we hadn't really heard of Grampfather prior, and so we were very pleased with what we heard, but I'd love to know the origin story of the band. The name is very interesting. I hear so many different styles and so many different, approaches to your playing throughout the set, so I just want you guys to take it. Let's just get into it. I'd love to know the history of Grampfather.
Sure. So I started the band in 2013 when I was going to undergrad at New Paltz. There's like a big basement show scene there, house show scene, and I was just kind of inspired by, there was like a band called Godchilla, and they just brought the energy at shows and stuff. I started off doing instrumental music, and then I was I kind of want to bring that energy to shows, and so it started off as a 3-piece, and it was very very raw. Very inspired by Modest Mouse, and then jump forward to past many rotating members to 2019, 2020 when these guys joined the band
Right before the pandemic.
Yeah. Not very convenient.
Where I came in.
So James, it was pretty much just you then up until those pandemic times.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
Yeah, with
Other members.
Other members, yeah, it was usually a 3-piece. Was based on Long Island for a little bit, moved to Austin for 3 months, and then it got too hot, and I was like, nah.
So you've been in this band for over 10 years now.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, just keeping at it, and I don't
He's
know.
15 years in.
Yeah. Or 10. It's 11. About.
But so then, James, you might be the guy to ask, and I definitely want to know how the rest of the guys end up joining you and becoming the version of Grampfather that we're hearing today. But the origin of the name, how did this name come to be? It's very unique, it's very catchy, and I think it's fantastic.
Thank you. I guess it was kind of the whole old soul kind of thing. In college, I don't know, people would be, trying to get me to go out to a party or something, and then I would just be reading in my rocking chair or something, just mannerisms like that kind of stuck. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to call it Grampfather and then kind of juxtapose it with more energetic music and youthful kind of vigor.
Definitely. Yeah, I hear that.
Figure.
When you referenced early Modest Mouse, sorry, I thought early Modest Mouse.
Well, yeah,
for certain.
That's accurate. Yeah, Lonesome Crowded West.
Yeah, some of your sections here get beautifully chaotic, and I definitely would attribute that to Modest Mouse as well. So let's talk about it then. Let's who wants to jump in next? I mean, you guys all seem to have such a chemistry. I thought he was going to say we've all been playing together for over 10 years, but it seems that this iteration is fairly recent, all things considered.
Yeah.
I think Drew's next in the timeline.
Yeah, Drew's just kind of like a savant on the guitar as far as we all see him. So
yeah, I kind of just came out of the air. No, I used to live in Albany, and one of my best friends from my hometown also went to SUNY New Paltz, and I think, I don't know, is that how you heard of me? Was through Brandon?
Yeah,
kind of.
Mutual friends. Brandon played drums on the last 3 songs of our 3rd album. And then, yeah, Brendan and I have known each other for a while, and he put me in touch with Andrew. And usually I didn't really jive too well with other guitarists because I kind of had this style where I was playing like rhythm and lead at the same time. But he's kind of, I don't know, since these guys have joined the band, I've kind of changed my songwriting style to kind of cater to their strengths. For example, like 2020, we put out like a thrash metal album called Magnum Grampus.
All Drew.
That was when Tony joined, and he has like a background in like hardcore like metal bands and stuff like that. So figure get the double bass in there.
Slaps.
Yeah. And Drew is just a shred monster, so I just carved some space for him to like pop off.
You guys all shred, but yes, Drew is fantastic. I've been really enjoying the leads. You do. I feel like, you spoke about that old soul. Drew, your playing has that. So if anything, to me as a fan, it certainly fits what I believe was the initial kind of call to create the band. But why don't you guys tell me how Tony and joined the band, and then we'll. Obviously, I love your bass playing, man. We'll talk about that. And then I kind of want to talk about what it was like for you writing songs for so long in one way and now working with these guys. But let's keep this origin story rolling down the road.
Sure. Tony, you want to?
Sure. I don't know if I can say this, but I used to live with James's old substance, now legal substance pot dealer. Yeah. So he came through like right before I was about to like move back down to my hometown when I was like coming out of college and stuff. And he was like, "Hey, I know you play the drums, right? You got a sick kit downstairs. Like, if you ever want to jam." And then, a couple years later, one of our mutual acquaintances was like, "Hey, dude, James, he's looking for a new drummer for the band." So that's how I ended up here.
A lot of moving parts are
through the beautiful herb.
Fantastic. And Jake, how did you fall into the mix here?
So I joined. Well, I met James at a mutual friend's party
it's a dog birthday party.
Yeah, in 2021.
Jealous.
And we connected over our appreciation of King Gizzard. I forget how it came. I had just started getting into them and was really excited about Infest the Rat's Nest. And then James naturally took his shirt off in the middle of the party and showed me his Infest the Rat's Nest tattoo that he had.
Conveniently after I joined and was the thrash guy.
Yeah.
Stars aligned.
So we just immediately geeked out over that. And not long after that, he mentioned that he was looking for a bass player. And this is my first band, and I've never been a bass player before this band. I was just, playing a lot of guitar in my bedroom during the pandemic. So we jammed together a couple times, and things fell into place. And then
very well,
one thing led to another, and all of a sudden we were rehearsing at my house and building a studio. And here we are about almost exactly 3 years later, and we're on our third album together now.
Yep.
How many kitchen recordings later?
Too many.
Well, it's in the kitchen now, but it was in my bedroom for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
When the next album comes out, it's going to be like 30.
So we have a ton of folks in the chat right now hanging out, and I do want to talk about the creative process, James, letting new folks into the fold after so many years of, first of all, being a three-piece and almost, 7+ years or something of a certain way, and now these new tunes. But we do have to shout out Santa Fred NY, who finally caught a live stream. Good to see you, Fred. Glad you are here. Julia Howard dropping poop emojis. Lucy in the Sky dropping a poop and a squid emoji.
Awesome.
So
thank you, Lucy.
Thank you for making the tallying we'll be doing till late at night a little more complicated, but we're glad you're here nonetheless.
The Galamad.
If you guys are here, please do us a favor if you could. Like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with a friend. It will greatly help us continue to promote and provide amazing local bands from our area to you, something we very much so love doing. And hey, if the channel grows in the process, we can only make these guys sound and look that much cooler. So we'd greatly appreciate it. With that said, I really am appreciating what I'm hearing, and we're definitely going to let you rip. But in a few more seconds, I do want to know, James, what has this been like for you, as I assume the core songwriter for so long, now letting new members into the fold, let alone a new instrument after so many years?
I mean, I love it. I think it's really come together. It's been, I don't know, it's hard to persevere through like losing, like 1 year, like 2 sets of bassists and drummers like quit the band as I was going through grad school and, you know, a whole bunch of stuff. And so that was kind of rough. Like I was saying, like with our friend Brandon, like just like random people just like jumping in to kind of help me finish that record. So it's nice to have something stable and to have like members that are reliable and are super talented and, you know, all bring so much talent to the table. I don't know. It's like very nice to have these collaborators with, you know, kind of along with the journey. Yeah.
And this is how we're living now. It's fantastic. Yeah. So I love it. I think it's great. I can clearly see the connection. The talent is, as Fred said, just exuding, and I couldn't agree more. So with that said, I mean, we could talk all night. If you guys have seen this show before, it's something I am definitely capable of, but I can also listen. I've been told I'm a really good listener, and I cannot wait to jump into another set of music here live on our band show. So I'm going to toss it over to Grampfather to once again serenade us with the first set of the evening, and I'm so thrilled to introduce the first song. This is how we're living now. Take it away, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Trust you got, you'll figure it out. No second guesses, no needless doubts. This is how we're living now. Time to turn this ship around. Getting some perspective to adjust the course. Got eyes on the horizon for where we're heading towards. To know what we're going for and why we go it all. Ooh, ooh, ooh. subtly underlying everything that you desire. Like the sun is the only one that remains constantly center of your gravity. Fading you, facing truth. However, bright or dim, your light shines on endearingly. Deep back to brain fire, swallow whole swaths of time. When you're lost in the weeds and lost track of the seeds, it will find you and remind you that it's time to grow. It's the roots underground, the channels unseen. It's the marrow of the matter, it's your reason to breathe. It's the wavering of cicadas in the sun, the crying of blue light that's just begun. You can never let it go. It's in your bones, it's all you truly know. Feeling like most every night, sometimes when you need and sometimes when you need. Summer heat on the light and everything that you desire.
Whew. Fantastic, guys. Yeah, you weren't kidding about being a shredder. What a song. What a song. Great performance all around, guys. Thank you all so much for being here tonight.
Trying my best.
If everyone at home is enjoying themselves, which I'm pretty sure you are. In fact, I don't know how you could not be, but it's about to get better. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And I'd like to introduce to the show now my co-producer and co-host, Patrick W. Huber.
You know, Grampfather, this is an amazing evening. That last song, Dredging, is probably the favorite song on the new album for me. And I appreciate you playing it perfectly here on our band show.
Almost.
Get this guy some Gorilla Glue.
No, it was rock and roll. It was fantastic.
I have a fucking. Never mind. A friggin'. I have a blood blister on my finger, and it's been difficult to drum with that because it hurts a lot.
Damn.
But I'm doing my best.
Your best is blowing my mind right now. You guys sound absolutely incredible. So just keep doing whatever it is you're doing, because all the folks at home are agreeing with their emoji war that's now now raging in the chat. And we'll get to them in just a little bit. But Pat, man, how you doing back there? How you enjoying the show so far this evening?
Everything is rocking and rolling as far as I can tell. Everything is perfect and sounding good and looking good, and the band is just really bringing the sweetness to our ears, right? So we're partying and having a great evening. And listen, you're playing your new album here with us tonight, and I just want to know, like, from all your back catalog of things that you could have chosen, like the Grampfather, the favorite song that I have, with at least the title. Why do you want to present your album here tonight to our audience and the wider internet?
Promo plug.
Yeah. We're
Them's
just
the
like
breaks, kid.
we're hustling. That's why.
It's the business. Nah, I don't know. I mean, I saw you guys put on the episode for Ramona Lane. We're good friends with them, and then I was like, wow, I was really blown away by the production quality, and obviously looking around us, it makes sense, like how that final product came to. So we just wanted to be a part of it, and this is, like, I don't know, probably the most legit video session we've done so far.
I'm the most exhaustive.
I think these are the songs we're the most proud of too. Like these are
Yeah.
legitimately the best songs we've written.
I'd
and
say so for myself.
yeah, I think we're
as
all
well.
unanimous in our excitement about this project and just wanting to get out there and share it with people as much as possible.
Yeah, it feels more succinct and realized. I don't know, just kind of everything fits together. The songs we wrote the album in mind, like keeping in mind the transitions, kind of using, the song we wrote prior to kind of like as a catalyst to kind of as a jumping off point. For example, like the first 4 songs kind of just flow right into each other.
There's a very A-side, B-side dynamic.
Yeah.
I'd say there's also like a concept to it loosely, just being called Laugh Lines, and then it being about like how we're all exhausted but we're pushing through.
Yeah, it's more like
And maturing.
maturing.
We're laughing at all of our own fucking distress. Frigging
This guy
sorry.
can't
Oh my
help
god. I
It's all right, man.
literally
After you
don't
hit
think I
one, the
can.
algorithm penalizes you. So, I mean, you don't have to let them fly, but
Crud, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
But yeah, the I don't know, Laugh Lines is just like an extended metaphor for like living more intentionally and mindfully, and kind of like, we're gonna rot inevitably, so might as well do it in bliss. We wrote that song
If we're gonna
like
be
a year and a half ago,
I think
and
that single came out almost exactly a year ago.
yeah, almost a year ago.
if we're gonna be ugly, at least we're happy.
yeah, exactly. So
That's kind of the theme that I've been thinking of writing it and hearing the lyrical content and stuff.
yeah, I mean, it's more like reflective than other albums, I think, and just kind of like, it's a little bit of a, like, from a lyric standpoint, kind of meta because it's like writing music and lyrics in a way, and just kind of, I mean, we've been doing it for a long time, and it's just like, you see all these kids with their like rich parents' money, and they're just like popping off and getting signed and shit, and it's just like, and
I don't know anyone like that.
And I don't know, it's just kind of like you got to really love it to keep at it when you're not being financially supported in that way, and it's just kind of like a passion project. But yeah, I don't know, just kind of like the love for music and writing and life, even though it'll throw you many obstacles.
We're all really tired, and our faces are starting to look like it.
Yeah.
Those are the laugh lines.
Exactly.
We're having a really good time.
We laughed, we cried.
Yeah.
No, I get it. As a songwriter myself, I feel some of my material is reflecting similar themes. But we love it, and our fingers will, Tony, quite literally bleed for what we love doing. And I could totally see that from you
Oh, no,
guys.
that was from my other job.
Oh, okay. You could have taken a really nice compliment there, man.
Well, thank you.
No, but I get it. And so how do you guys all collaborate to achieve that vision? How do all the four pieces come together to create this unified voice that we're hearing?
I mean, usually the process is like, I'll write the structure, the chord structure and lyrics, and
And then I'll just
present
go
it to
like
the
sicko
guys.
mode until James tells me to cool it.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, just kind of trying to translate. Tony can attest to that, like where I try to tell him what I have in mind, and it's like a different language.
It really is.
But somehow he gets it after not too long. So
I think
it
my
just
role
comes
is the
with
translator between the two of you.
yeah.
And I feel like just all of us kind of have to speak in our own languages to each other. And I mean, how I think we've been approaching things lately is like just playing things over and over again until it sounds really, really good. We kind of write a song and then hone in on each part. I mean, that's
Yeah.
corny, but
Compared to the last few albums, which
more
2022
TNA.
we put out 2 albums, and I don't know, I guess we were kind of very in a King Gizzard headspace where we were just like, all right, let's just put out like as much music as we can or whatever. And then it wasn't like, not that it wasn't received the way we wanted, but I feel like we would have had a better response maybe if we had sat on it longer and kind of not that I regret it. I mean, I think it's a good album, but this one feels like more significant in a way. Just since we've like allowed ourselves to like marinate on it a little bit more.
I'm feeling real marinated.
Yeah, totally. And so it kind of feels like, Pat, they're kind of perfectly segueing into something you had been telling me for a while now. You've wanted to ask them about this record.
Yeah, well, it's first of all, you have to remind the audience when the album actually comes out. But once you're done with the marketing and the release and everything, and it's out there, what's your plans next? Are you going to be touring with this material? Or are you going to be coming up with some music videos to definitely entice the audience to the Grampfather style?
Yeah, I think a little bit of both. We're working on some music videos right now, and then I think the plan is to do some weekenders in the Northeast come June and the summer months. But yeah, a little bit of both, which is kind of what we do after every album release, but more so I think we're going to focus on hitting some regional spots to promote it for this one more so than others. But yeah, we plan on playing shows and doing some music videos. So
Yeah, we're doing a release show on April 27th, which is when you can stream and pick up the album yourself. And that'll be at the studio/house where I live, and we practice and record and do the whole thing.
where the magic happens.
Yeah, it's called
Yes.
Terrapin Kitchen, and Jake's doing a really good job with it.
TM for the address.
Yeah.
I definitely will be. If you'll have the band show crew, we'd love
For
to come
sure,
out.
yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but the album drops April 26th, so that Friday, and then the release shows the following day.
Fantastic.
But yeah, we have a few spots that we've booked already, but we're just kind of like allowing it to kind of come together organically and just try to get out of New York a little bit. Although we will be playing a bunch in New York, so if you are NY natives, then we will see you soon.
I'm gonna shout out DIY Kingston also while you're at it because it's a good page to follow on Instagram.
Yeah,
if you
that's
have
true.
one.
Yeah, if you're looking for any local shows, DIY Kingston,
Yeah, that's-
curated by yours truly,
Yours
James
truly.
Kwapisz.
Our boy right here.
Yeah, it was kind of like after the pandemic and shows started coming back, I noticed a kind of void in the Kingston music scene, and I just kind of wanted to like create a place, like one place that people could kind of refer to see what's going on in the area, kind of totally piggybacking on DIY New Paltz, which was like very I don't know, just organized really well, and I felt like Kingston needed something like that. But then it ended up just being like
emails, venues,
yeah, I made a spreadsheet of like venues in upstate New York and the city even, and it just became like kind of like Hudson Valley generalized. But people have really seemed to respond well to it, and
Yeah, we're big believers in community, and was inspiring to me with James running DIY, and that made me want to start my own DIY venue and give all of the amazing artists in the Hudson Valley and even touring artists, from other areas,
all the effort,
a place to perform and record and just do the thing. And it's fun because I get to practice recording and doing photography and stuff. But community is awesome, and it's really great being here in a student-run studio. Is the same ethos, and you guys are a really wonderful crew and doing a great job, and it's very warm to be here, figuratively and literally, because there's a lot of lights. But so
a little warm.
Thanks for having us.
yeah.
Of course. It's our pleasure. And, the sense of community is also shared with the chat tonight. We've really gone astray from the initial two emojis that we sort of threw in the ring together, but I would venture to say for the better. I'm seeing some cat shock emojis, frogs, Christmas trees, face without a mouth emoji, among many others.
That's for me.
And some nice comments though are pretty awesome, and such a unique sound in a really great way, and I could not agree more, which is why I've been dying to ask you guys. We've been talking music all day, but let's just go around real quick and maybe get like 3 or 4 from every member of Grampfather, your influences, who inspired you to either pick up the sticks, break your first G string while tuning, whatever it may be. Who inspired you to be the musicians you are today? Let's start with James.
I mean, yeah, I definitely started off with like classic rock. Beatles, very original, I know. But yeah, Beatles, Led Zeppelin, and then I like went straight into the Black Sabbath, and I don't know. It's nice to kind of. I just think I have like very different influences, and it's nice to like put it all under one umbrella and kind of see how they mix and amalgamate, and but yeah, I don't know. Modest Mouse and King Gizzard, I would say, are the most like. If you put those two together, you get Grampfather would be the weird child from that.
The Gramp child.
Yes.
I guess me next.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
I like all of those bands. Players and groups who inspire me the most, I really love. Like Mike Dirnt and Green Day is a really awesome rhythmic and melodic bass player. I love Simon Gallup and The Cure. He's the secret sauce to all of those songs, and in his partnership with Robert Smith too is a really great.
Wait,
Very
Robert Smith of The Cure.
Robert Smith of The Cure. Very very simple one-string melodies that just cut through and sound beautiful, and then people like Tony Levin and Justin Chamberlain and Tool, like they get a little bit more intricate and weird, and I like the proggy stuff as well. Saw Pino Palladino the other weekend with Drew at the Blue Note, which was just one of the most inspiring performances.
Just Pino?
It was Pino, Isaiah Sharkey, and Chris Dave.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It was really something
I
else.
missed that show, and I'm really upset about that.
That's fantastic. Well, what Tony? What about you though? Who inspires you?
I I don't know. I guess I started off as like, any drummer would get really into like Metallica, Slayer, just trying to play as fast and heavy stuff as he possibly could. Yeah, but I don't know. You get really fast, and then after a while, it gets boring. So lately, I've kind of been more focused on like math rock, jazz, stuff like that. Yeah, Chris Dave. That's why I said I'm really jealous that they got to go and see him, because he's, in my opinion, the greatest drummer on the planet right now.
He's up.
Yeah.
He's up
Right of
there.
them,
He's up
yeah.
there. But
Yeah.
yeah, I
for
mean,
sure.
Danny Carey,
Oh,
of course, from Tool. All the I like all the polyrhythmic stuff. Not the shizit, the stuff. Stuart Copeland, yep. I have a Meshuggah tattoo. Thomas Haka, big shout out, because he taught me how to like play 2 time signatures at the same time. So thank you.
Fantastic. Andrew, what about you?
In terms of guitar playing, I think the first would probably have been George Harrison. My dad's a big Beatles fan, so I grew up listening to those records. He was just a master of kind of just playing what needed to be played and fitting the space very properly. And then going on from that, I naturally progressed into Hendrix and Jimmy Page. Watching the Hendrix at Woodstock DVD was a very pivotal moment for me. Didn't really think guitar playing could really sound like that until I watched that DVD. And then come like early high school, I heard Trey Anastasio and Fish play, or just heard Fish for the first time, and he kind of completely flipped me on my head in terms of what I thought was possible in terms of guitar playing. But he's a big inspiration for me. But that's I'd say the 3 big touchstones for me in terms of guitar playing.
Yeah, that's a fantastic trifecta right there. And speaking of fantastic trifectas, we have another set coming up from Grampfather right here, right now. And perhaps the emoji should have been a whale. But there's a lot of moving parts with this production, and you can't necessarily get everything right. But we're happy to introduce Whalesong from Grampfather live on our band show. Take it away, gentlemen.
tune up. So yeah, that's the only instrumental song, but on the new album. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3.
Even though you know that's not where your heart should go, superimpose it like a clipboard rose. There's that glint in your eyes, so fixated on that prize that never materialized, like how you had it now, like a square peg in a round hole. Sometimes it just doesn't mesh into the fold, so you pull it back, but like a finger trap, you just let it loose, set it free like it's supposed to. 'Cause when it's contrived, it just doesn't feel right. So just sit tight, let it ride, let it be what it needs to be. 'Cause when it feels forced, it comes off course. Though the words don't come so easily, but it's taking shape to make it okay soon. Even though you know that's not where your heart should go, superimpose it like a clipboard rose. There's that glint in your eyes, you're so fixated on that prize that'll never materialize, like how you had it now. Cause when it's contrived, it just doesn't feel right. So just sit tight, let it ride, let it be what it needs to be. 'Cause when it feels forced, it comes off course. Though the words don't come so easily, but it's taking shape to make it okay soon. Even though you know that's not where your heart should go, you superimpose it like a clipboard rose. There's that glint in your eyes, you're so fixated on that prize that'll never materialize, like how you had it now. Not between the means, but without the ends. Feeling our way through the dawn for a brighter news. Hoping real and ideal will fuse someday to light the way.
So there ends that set of 3, eh?
Yep.
Okay.
Totally. And when one set ends, another
Yeah.
segment of the show begins, right, Pat?
Yeah, exactly. A little technical difficulty there, but listen,
poo-poo.
great job. This
Thank
is a perfect, set so far. Great music, enjoyable evening. What I will say is that besides Grampfather, basically giving us a great new album experience here tonight, we have a bunch of other bands that have joined us on our band show, and basically this is the time of the evening when we go ahead with our community calendar and see what they're up to. So go ahead and subscribe to the socials of all the bands and check out their music, and if they're local to you performing, why don't you go out and enjoy a show. So without further ado, let's take a look at what's happening in the rest of the March and beginning of April.
Like a roadside memorial behind the guardrail. Dead flowers and a wreath. I don't wanna be just another cross nailed to a tree. Nothing more than a passing glance when you flick out your cigarette.
Chat for Peter.
So forget about me. Don't get it twisted, I'm not a complainer. I just need to go away for a bit, figure out this noise inside my head. Sick of being notified about nothing, driving me up a wall. Oh, I'm running. I know it's hard and I get in your way. I know it's hard and I ruined your day. Giving myself to the day. Take hold of all the things you never told. Making the light out of who I used to be. And nothing can save me. No love, no pain, no future, no pain, no love. Up all night, I couldn't sleep a wink. My mind was racing, but I could not think. Halloween dreams, fiction that's true. Don't ask me, it could happen to you.
Barely surviving, we stay quiet. Will we last through this great fire? Voices calling, God, they want you, but not the way I do. think we'll find love, even if it's not together, just not together. Oh yeah, I know us, and we'll find love, maybe just not together, just not together. Oh yeah, I think we will both find love, maybe just not together, just not together. Oh yeah, darling, we will both find love, maybe just not together, just not together. Yeah, not together. Yeah, not together.
Well, there you have it. I hope you guys go support, whether it be a new album from a guest we've had on quite a long time ago, Johnny Mano, which, humble brag, I did produce. My first record I produced, whether you go listen to that, or whether you just go to a show and crowd surf to alliteration or jam out with whatever you do, we just hope you go and support, subscribe, follow all of those bands you just saw, and we hope you'll do the same for Grampfather. So, gentlemen, where can they find you? Keep up to date with all things the Grampening.
Yeah, so I guess Instagram is the most active. So it's at Grampfather with 3 R's at the end. And yeah, we have the pre-order out if you guys want to support us. It's out on Bandcamp. We have 2 singles out, Rotten Bliss and In Your Bones, which we just played earlier. And that song Dredging, single dropping April 12th. But yeah, we're also on like Facebook if you're like old as hell.
We have a website too.
Oh yeah, we have grandfather.com.
Again,
has the
DIY
Toreates on it.
Kingston is another
DIY Kingston.
thing that should
Yeah, I mean,
definitely be
Just
shot
keep
out.
bringing up DIY Kingston.
No, I mean it's a good thing that
Yeah,
James
I mean,
does.
it's a little different.
and it's not our band, but also it's like a good. I always plug people with that whenever I get the chance. So
And I'm sure DIY Kingston will shout out the release show, right?
For sure.
Which is when again?
April 27th, last Saturday of April.
In Kingston, New York.
Oh yeah, we're also
Yes.
doing a
yes,
420
in
show
Kingston.
at
Yes.
Avalon Lounge.
I will not be there for that,
Catskill.
though.
Okay.
Yeah, Drew will he won't be around, so we're doing a little 3-piece
I'm doing his
in rare
leads.
form.
Power trio action.
Yeah.
I'm playing his guitar part.
Fantastic. So, guys, you know what to do. Follow, support, subscribe. Just keep up to date with all things Grampfather. Welcome to the Grampening. Am I allowed to say that? I'm not.
You should.
Yeah,
I like
absolutely.
that. That's the idea.
I feel like I've been.
It's like a christening.
I don't know if you've been
Here's what's
gramping, though.
happening now.
We'll wait until dinner for that. For that part, but we also want to thank all of you guys for watching. We really appreciate that so very much. Your support is quite literally the fuel that keeps this fire burning, and it means the world to us that so many of you come back month after month. It's so awesome. We love our community. The audience is fantastic, and a lot of different emojis in the chat tonight. And another fantastic element of doing this show is working with all of these incredibly amazing, creative, and talented folks. And I'm just going to take a few seconds on behalf of Patrick and I to shout them out and thank them. In no specific order, we want to thank Eric Greenup, Dan Chester, Kira Stack, Mike Hernandez, Emmanuel, I hope I'm saying this right, Fiatakis. I think I nailed that one, I must
Is that
say.
Greek?
Steve Montana, and of course I want to give a very special thank you to Ronnie Skakoza, who was here with us earlier doing some mixing and co-piloting the engineering section of the show. I really appreciated that, and it was a fantastic collaboration. So speaking of fantastic collaborations, tonight has been incredible, guys. Thank you so much for coming to join us here at the Our Band Show studio. It really does mean the world. And we've been having such a blast. All good things, unfortunately, must come to an end. I just hope that someday when it's over, you'll fly every morning and remember this great experience we've had here on Our Band Show. So, gentlemen, please take it away with the last song, or the last set of the
songs,
evening. Yes,
yeah.
last 2 songs. The emotions are overtaking me. I'm sorry there.
Immaculate.
Anyone like Sugar Ray? Start her up, Drew.
over your flat. Every morning, float away. And one day, when that balloon deflates, you know we'll find a way, something to please back to, some things to start anew. I'll take that trip with you if you want me to. Though I know sometimes you gotta go alone to make it right. And despite the hurdles inside, the sun will shine the other side someday. When it's over, you'll fly. Every morning, float away. And one day, when that balloon deflates, you know we'll find a way. Someday, when it's over, we'll fly. Every morning, we'll soar away. And if that haze should dissipate, then we'll embrace the shocking clarity. And adjust to the intensity. But it's so hard to see when you're sedentary. Anything beyond your comfortable misery. But all that lies in wait, be it from luck or fate, will come to you, make no mistake, all too soon and way too late. We'll float away, and one day we'll find the space to make it stay. And this is our last song of the night, the title track of Laugh Lines. But what I can see and what I construe says more about me than it does about you. Window meeting beats a pride to our sight. What remains unchanged is that ordinary light. There are past lives written in your lifelines. It's true, and you know it too. All is revived by your smiling eyes. It's good, and it's all inside. You cannot hide the child inside. The lines by your eyes, they do not lie. We laugh and cry, we live and die, but together we ride through low and high. There are past lives in your life. It's true, and know it too. Always revived by your smiling eyes. It's good, and it's all inside.
Thanks for Grampfather.